One of the things we've done this year, actually, we're speaking to a lot of people about autism, which is something that is completely normal, but sometimes people stigmatize parents with children with autism, right? So we want to change the mindset. We orient our minds towards autism and see that it's something that is actually manageable, and autistic children need compassion and care more than anything else. So today we have a parent with us who's going to share his experience raising an autistic child and what you and I can learn about handling some of our family members who might be battling with autism. Yes, so we have been joined by Kwaku Nkrumah, who's a parent of a child or someone battling with autism. Good morning, Kwaku.
Good morning.
How are you?
By the grace of God, I'm fine.
Or should I call you Mr. Nkrumah? I think that might be better. Thank you so much
for
being with us.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Can you tell us a bit about your child?
Kofi is called Gideon.
Okay.
Kwaku Nkrumah.
Okay.
He was born in November 2002. 2002. When he was born, we thought he was a normal child. See, 0 to 1 year, we thought everything was okay. I think when he was 1.5 years, we took him to a kindergarten school at Citi. And there, it was there that we were told by the proprietress that he has a problem mingling with the other children, and which they call social interaction. He wasn't able to mix with the other children, and the communication too was a problem. So we had to take him to an assessment center at Achimota, so that they found out what is actually wrong in this child. But when we went there, they told us that you should wait for a while. Maybe it was too early. Then we took him to Kwelebu, the pediatrics department. It was there that we were told that he was autistic. They told us that it's a spectrum.
Yeah.
And that it depends on where you stand on the spectrum, the severity. It depends on where you stand in the spectrum. So,
how did that news make you feel?
It wasn't easy to take. It was a difficult pill to swallow, bitter pill to swallow. It wasn't easy. But then God has given him to us. So there's nothing that you can do. Just pray that you can help him attain whatever he wants to attain in life. So from there to after the initial assessment, the one doctor, I think Professor Bedu, he prescribed some drugs that could calm him down. And then we were advised to take him to a special school, the Autism Awareness and Care Center, managed by Mrs. Kwenu. Kukumlimli.
Okay.
So he was there for some time, maybe 4 or 5 years. And we thought it was better to integrate him in the normal school. So we took him to Concord Academy. That is at Sakumono area.
Okay.
And there too, he wasn't pulling his weight. He couldn't focus, on what he was being taught. And then we moved him back to Autism and Awareness Center. At that time too, I retired in 2012. Because normally I would bring him to school and then I'll go to work. So around that time, then we heard of Haven International. And then that is also at Sakumono area.
Okay.
So we decided to take him to Haven. And he's still at Haven.
Okay. So how important is it for parents to be very involved especially the fathers, right? Because we've heard stories of some women saying when they discovered that the child had autism, the man just left as if it was something the woman had done, right? And just leaving the woman to deal with all this extra attention and care the child require.
Yeah. You see, one thing about these children, they are normal children like us. Yeah. When Kofi is sitting down here, you wouldn't know that he is autistic child or he has autism. So we shouldn't treat them as if they are some social outcasts. Everybody should be involved. The mother, the father, and then the siblings. Everybody should be involved to bring him up. Because some of them could grow up to be very influential persons in society. Yeah. So we should all be involved in nurturing them so that they can attain that capability that God has destined them to attain. So I personally get involved and in the day-to-day affairs, getting him to school. He can do most of the things, but
he's 16 now, right?
He's 17.
17.
Yeah, he can do most of the things. Okay. He can take his bath on his own, but you have to be there and supervise him. He can take his bath, okay, but you have to be there and supervise him. Yeah. He can put the pomade, he can comb and do everything, but you have to supervise him. And parents, especially, and you see, especially when he's a male child, it is important for you, the man, to be involved. Okay. If he's a female, then that's why maybe you can leave it to the women.
Why? But why is it very important?
For the man to be involved.
For a male child.
Yes.
At 16, would you expect a lady to go and look at him when he's bathing? It can happen, but I think some of those things have to be involved, especially the siblings. Yeah. We have 2 adopted young girls living with us. Okay. I can't leave it with them that they should go and bath him. Personally, I wouldn't be happy. I want to see it, unless maybe I'm not around. He's a normal child. He can do it himself, but it's only you have to be there and give him that support that he needs. I take him to school every day before I go to my work. You don't have to leave it with children. I've seen some, at the school, I see most of the children, they are brought by their mothers. Some of them too, the parents, the fathers are involved. But with my case, I mostly do that, unless when I'm not around. Yeah.
How do you deal, because I know that with autistic children, they have highs and lows, days that are not good, and so on. How do you handle that, especially emotionally, and how do you help him to calm himself down?
You see, especially when he's hyper, the hyperactivity, what you have to do is to support him. You don't have to beat him. You don't have to use a cane or your hands on him. Allow them to do whatever they want to do. After some time, they will calm down. But you don't have to force them. Because sometimes, especially sometimes, not always, and it appears it changes with season. So you also have to watch the season. Sometimes he wouldn't sleep in the night.
I see.
Sometimes he will be playing. He likes drumming. Okay. He can drum. As he's sitting here, he can drum. At the school, he has got drums there. Okay. Everywhere he is, he likes his interest is in drumming. So he'll be drumming. But when he's tired, he will lie down. And maybe getting to 11:30, you'll find him asleep. So don't try to restrict them. They are allowed, give them what you call the freedom to do the type of things which they want to do, but don't try to hinder them unless they are doing something that is bad. If he's trying to enjoy himself, maybe putting his hand on the fire, that's why you have to restrain him. But in most cases, allow them to do whatever they need to do.
What advice would you give to parents who are afraid of going outside with their children because they think that the general public would stare? Let's say the child is having a bad day and they're, overreacting. And so the parent is now they feel embarrassed. How important is it for us as a people to be a bit more compassionate towards parents with autistic children so they don't have to feel ashamed when instances like that happen?
Yeah, that is a difficult area in their management, especially when he's hyper and you are in public. It becomes difficult, but you try as much as possible to calm him down. You see, if it is possible to take him out for some time so that he can relax. Some of them don't want to be in public, where there are a lot of people. But fortunately, Kofi attends church. He does everything. When he's sitting in the church, you didn't know. So that's what we have to do. And for the general public, there must be education. In Ghana, I don't think the education has gone well to the general public, the populace. You see, we must understand that they are also normal human beings. Yeah. So sometimes when they are doing things that are not normal, you have to understand in that way. You don't have to raise, fingers at them. You must try to accommodate them. And I believe with Kofi, those who are aware that he's autistic understand him. It's only those who may not understand him. Sometimes I walk with him. I go around our area, the environs. Yes, when he's even taller than me. Oh, wow. A strong boy, very strong indeed.
You should bring him one time so we all get to see him.
One day I'll bring him. Very strong. And sometimes, is it because of vehicle movement? Vehicles are trying to hold the hand. Some people don't understand. They look at us, why with suspicion? Why is he holding? And sometimes too, you see, when you go out with him and want to bring him back to the house, sometimes he wants to resist. Wow. He wants to maybe enjoy the breeze or the environment. I don't know. And when you are pulling him, people will be watching, looking at you. What is happening? Yeah. But those people, I don't blame them because they don't know the situation. Yeah. So, what I advocate is that we must try as much as possible to inform the public. Some time ago, Ghanaians didn't know anything about autism.
Yes, that's true.
It's now that it's becoming more, people are getting more information about it. Many people don't know. And I can tell you that up to date, there was this ACE. This happened some years ago. It was killing a lot of people. Now they have a vaccine for it. And people can live with it. It's like normal human beings. But it's not like autism. We are just praying that they should also find a vaccine for autism so that they can behave like us. Yeah. But that hasn't come into being. We are just praying. We have some sort of food supplements that we give to them. That sometimes can calm them. Yes. At the school. You see, the owner of Haven International, they are what? A couple. And they are resident in the US. And they have a child who is also autistic. And that is what prompted them to establish that school to help Ghanaians.
I think we'll go to Haven International next to talk to them. But thank you so much, Mr. Nkrumah, for spending your morning with us and helping us appreciate the importance of, being patient, being compassionate, and attentive to our children who are suffering from autism. And they are normal just like all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you very much again.
I thank you for the invitation.
Thank you. Yeah. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed this video.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Citi Tube,
for exclusive breakfast daily content and other Citi TV programs.
Like, comment, and share with your friends.